Good morning, everybody. It's the last 2 days of 2025. And most people will get to the end of 2026 and they'll say, just like you did this year, I don't know where the year went. So this morning, I want to make sure that that's not you. I'm going to walk you through 5 simple decisions that quietly separate people who want to win the year from people who are just surviving the year. So, how you feel right now, coming to the end of 2025, I want to make you feel different in 2026. How are we going to do that? Let me just wait for people to come on, get everything set up the right way, and then we'll get into exactly how we're going to do that. If you can hear me, if my microphone's on, then let me know. This morning I got bone broth because I'm trying to pretend it's 2026 already. And pretending I'm not just surviving these last couple of days. So, who's in there? Oh, Salty's here. Coach Salty Sav. I don't recognize your name when it pops up anymore. It's like Savannah Dalla. And I'm like, I don't even remember calling you Savannah Branch. So for some reason, I don't know why I don't recognize your name now. Savannah's ready on the 30th of December. So I have a question that I posted in there. What are you going to change in 2026? How do you want it to feel when we get to December 30th, 2026? Because how do you feel right now, right? Oh, Caitlin's here, just fire emoji is up. Is that because of the bone broth? It's a good bone broth, too. Oh, I saw this bone broth. I should have bought it, actually. I think you and Savannah would have liked it. It was I don't remember the brand, but it was the bone broth, and it was called ramen. And I was like, what does that mean? Just ramen broth? I'm going to drink it for breakfast? I don't understand. Does anybody understand ramen broth? He's ready. He's ready too. Not just ready, he's ready as well with everybody else. This was our Christmas card cup this year. What do you think? I think it's one of the best. One of the best we've done so far. It was just babies looking at each other. Now we've got Leo just hunting down his. This is our life in a card. Lauren being happy, Leo tackling Mia, Mia terrified, but still a princess. Yeah, I should have got some. I should have got you some ramen broth. Sorry. When I see it again, I'll get it. It's in Publix. I don't go to Publix very often, so you'll probably be there before I am. So look out for it. Well, this photo is funny actually because Lauren wanted to put like one of the regular photos on the Christmas card, you know. And we were just at old Savannah Dalla's wedding, and we were taking photos on. It was a beautiful view, sunset. I mean, it was. How do you describe it? I can't even. You can't describe a scene. Savannah and Khalil were down there taking photos. The sun was setting. Fire pits were going. I don't have enough. My vocabulary is not good enough to describe the scene, but idyllic. Keith, you're the thesaurus. Give me some words. Give me some good words to describe that scene. And we were taking photos, right? And we were all doing this one. What is that, like the prom? And then this one. And then maybe this one. And then we looked at the photos and they were just trash, you know? And I was thinking, why do we take these photos? So we were just messing around. Maybe we'd had a couple of drinks. Thank you, Keith. Illuminating. It was an illuminating scene. It was just an illuminating scene at this wedding. You could imagine it. It was like, yeah, illuminating is perfect. And we're just taking these boring photos where people are just like, what are you going to do with them photos? It was compelling and it was romantic. I'm finding the words somehow to describe it. And then we just started having fun with it. And we took really fun, like everyone was just posing and being silly and taking stupid photos. And I was just like, oh, that is like this, right? Like most people send out a Christmas card that is them just like with Santa, which we took them photos. But like one thing we should do in 2026, which is not in my list, is just have more fun with social media. Social media is so boring. It's so toxic and so negative and just so like I don't know. I don't see any of my friends shit anyway. Like it's just like I don't know what they've done to the algorithms. But like who wants to see them picture perfect photos anyway? So let's just start taking and just posting, have more fun on social media this year. Like your life's fun, show that your life's fun. Don't go to an awesome event and then show yourself standing there like this. You know what I mean? Kiki knows what I mean. Right, Kiki? Take more fun photos. Instagram used to just be an expression of you having a good time. That's what Facebook and Instagram were just stupid photos. Obviously, because we all had terrible cameras and no filters. But now it's just filtered out, whitewashed crap. Right, geeks? Anyway, Kaylin, what you laughing at? All right, a couple more minutes. I'm going to get going. See, Kiki knows I'm right. All right. So, yeah. What are you going to change in 2026? 2026. What are you going to change? What's your main thing you're going to change? I was trying to change it in 2025 and it was just not be fearful, right? Just not fear kills dreams was an expression that came up in like April of last year. And we still didn't, I still didn't fully embrace fear kills dreams. You know, I didn't go all in on just not being fearful and just going all out. Um, hey man, you don't need to screen grab. Just go look through my Instagram. That's most of the photos that people take. Look through most people's Instagram that are married to someone. You'll see them like at an event. You know, just you don't have to. You don't have to screen grab. Look through my Instagram. Look through Lauren's Instagram. You'll find me on there just doing that. But not in 2026. Not in 2026. We're taking better photos. We're having more fun. And we're not going to be scared of what we post. And we're not going to be fearful. We're going to be like, oh, look at my legs in that. Look at my chin in that. Look at my eyes. Whatever. None of them voices. All right, Keeks? Sick of you making that voice. My kids do that voice. They don't get nothing when they do that voice. But yeah, you guys are not telling me what you're going to change. So, but mine is that. I think for the last 5 years, since I had kids, I've lived in a little bit of fear. Like it was a pandemic, 2 children, and I've just been not me. I've not been 100% me, right? I've been like worried about what people think. And it was like you were scared to say the wrong thing. You were scared to be yourself. You're like, and the people that are your friends and the people that like you are going to like you more if you're 100% you. And the people that don't like you anyway. So you don't like them. They don't like you. Just move on. Caitlin, better self talk. I like that. I think that's mine. I think mine's the same, right? It's like just be more because I don't think you're a negative person in general. So like believe the talk that you would tell yourself if you were talking to someone else, right? I think for the last 5 years, I've talked to other people like I used to talk to myself, but I don't think I talk to myself the same way anymore, where it's like, hey, man, go do it. You're that guy. Go do it. You can do it. And if you don't and you fail, you'll learn more from that than you would if you didn't do it. Kiki talking overcome my fear of being seen. So same thing. We talk about the same thing, right? Everyone's been holding themselves back in 2025. I think for the past 5 years, everyone's been holding themselves back. I think they've just been scared that, like, do you remember when you were told you weren't essential? I think that was a big turning point in our culture. That was like, you're not essential anymore. And what that means is like, this person is essential. How dare you be yourself right now? How dare you want goals? How dare you want dreams? People are dying. Like, you got to be sad and you've got to back off and you've got to be less. 2026, that shit's done with. That's over with. And I think everybody that wants to be that needs that kind of circle, Anadox.fit, and let's get to work. Like, we're not holding ourselves back anymore. It's time to go again. For the 3 years or 4 years before that, I'd opened like 4 businesses, right? In this last 5 years, I've had 2 kids, been in survival fear mode. We're not doing that anymore. We're going. We're rocking and rolling. I'm just going to be 100% you. So if you're in on that, I'll think more about what we call that. But it's just being one of my clients, basically. And we'll get you rocking. So what is it? 11 minutes? Let's get into it. I have a strong sense of commitment and I can strengthen it. So you've proved to yourself that you're committed and you can do hard things. Now it's taking that next step and using that motivation, using that who Keith is to be more of Keith. Because we want more of Keith. We want more of Caitlin. We want more of Kiki. We want more of Savannah. Who else is in here? Who else do we want more of? We want all of you guys to just be all of you, right? And I think that comes back to stuff like this, right? Like, this is my family. You got this postcard. This is what we do. We run around. We chase each other. It's wild. We're out of control. But we have a great time. That's my family. So, like, that's our Christmas card. If I looked at your Instagram, is it you? Is it you? Or is it some version of you that you think people want to see? Is it a version of you that you've toned down so that it can be accepted? Because if it is, I honestly think that you're going to be less accepted. You're going to be less understood. And you're going to be less, you're just not going to be as happy as you could be, right? And if you just look at that and be like, my Instagram is going to be a reflection of who I am and who I want to be and where I'm going in 2026, I think you'll have more fun. I think you'll have more fun with life. I think you'll have more fun with your family. I think you'll have more fun with fitness, right? All that stuff. How many times do you get a photo back from an event and you go, I can't post that because I don't look right? Oh, they didn't get a good angle. Just post it. You had a blast. Post the worst one and laugh at it, right? And not so that you get comments and likes, just because you think it's funny. If you don't think it's funny, don't. But just have more fun. Anybody got anything else to say before I get into my 5 simple but awesome tips for how you just crush 2026? Steve agrees with Kira. And Whitney's just rocking on. Love it. All right, we're going to get into it. So hold on tight. It's not going to be a long episode today. I will get back into your comments when I've gone through all this stuff. But it's just 5 of my simple tips that I'm really holding on to in 2026. And I think they're going to have a huge impact. Like, we talk about a lot of things. It doesn't have to be complicated. But sometimes the simplest things are the hardest things to implement, right? And we're all ready for 2026 to be our year. So these 5 simple steps to make 2026 the best year of your life. If you want to actually feel different and not just sound different, this video is probably going to be one of the most practical things that you will watch all year, or that you have watched. There's no vision boards. I'm not going to hype you up. I'm just going to give you 5 super simple things that are going to quietly change everything for you. Step number 1, I've already started doing it. You got to clean out your closet. Start with something small. And I know it feels kind of stupid, but a messy closet is a messy mind, and it's all a reflection of you. Every single morning when you get up, you're making a micro decision. What fits? What do I wear? Why do I still own this? When you clear out that clutter, your brain gets relief, right? That's the magic of tidying everything up. If you want a fresh year, you don't wait for the motivation to come. You've got to create some space. And that means if you haven't worn something in a year, you get rid of it. If you haven't used something in a year, you get rid of it. Whatever that is, clear out the closet. Step number 2, you got to change your identity, right? Most people try to change their goals, but winners, they change their whole identity. Instead of saying, I want to work out more, you say, I'm the kind of person who never skips the gym. I'm an athlete. That comes straight from Atomic Habits. You don't need massive habits. You need habits that reinforce who you believe that you are. And then you can stack them together. When I have a coffee in the morning, I go for a walk. After I get back from my walk, I brush my teeth, right? After I brush my teeth, I journal for one sentence. After I shower, I plan my day. It's just small actions that give you that new identity. It's all about creating that identity. Next, step 3 is get rich, right? No one teaches you this early enough, but your paycheck doesn't make you rich. My favorite book is Rich Dad Poor Dad, and you've got to start investing in assets. Assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take it away. If it depreciates and it costs you money, it's not helping you. 2026, it's not about getting lucky, it's about starting small and consistent. Invest in things that work while you're asleep. Get new skills, right? Think about how you want to open or own a business. Think about long-term assets like buying a investment property, things like that. Rich doesn't have to be flashy. It can be quiet and it can be patient. And one of my favorite things is like if you invest in Nike, if you buy Nike, buy some of Nike's stock, right? Step number 4, stop arguing with idiots. The fastest way to improve your life is to stop arguing with people that don't matter. Every fight costs you energy. Every debate drains your focus. This is from How to Win Friends and Influence People. You don't win by being right. You win by protecting your peace. Not every decision, not every opinion deserves your response. Not every argument deserves your time. In 2026, you're going to choose progress over your ego. Lastly, step number 5, think in 4-year time slots. This is from the 12-week year. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year, and they wildly underestimate what they can do in 4 years. That's where the 12-week year comes in. Break your year into sprints. One focus, one priority, one scoreboard every 12 weeks. You don't want to wait until January to build momentum year round. 4 years of focused sprints will outperform 10 years of that someday mentality. If you do these 5 things, if you clear your space, if you change your identity, if you start building and investing in assets, if you protect your energy, and then you come up with a game plan in little sprints, 2026 won't just be your best year. It'll be the year that everything compounds. Start small and start today. This is your year. Go and get it. Boom. That's my 5 tips. So I'm just going to go through them one more time. And you pull out which ones you liked the most, right? So clear out your closet. We talked about clearing out your closet. I've started doing that. I got a clothes rack and I've put it out in the middle of the room. And if I'm going to put it out there, and if you look at that clothes rack, I'm going to put it out there like I have to carry it around with me every day. So, what would I want people to see on that clothes rack? What do I want to see every day on that clothes rack? That's how I'm setting it up. And if I don't like looking at it on the rack, somebody else might be able to use it. But everything that I want is going to be on that clothes rack. And it's a small clothes rack. And that's going to be what I wear every day. And it's all going to be very similar colors. And I'm not going to have to think about it. This is what I put on for work. This is what I put on when I'm relaxing. Done. And I'm going to put 4 pairs of shoes right underneath that clothes rack. And if I don't want anybody to see them shoes because they're gross, then I got to get some different shoes and put them underneath that clothes rack. And that's going to be it. Clean out your closet, though, I don't think is just your closet, right? What else is it? Do you hate going into your office every day? Do you hate looking at the pile of papers? Do you hate your journal every day? Like, how are you going to clean out the closet that way? Is there a way to make it just an iPad? Is there a way to clean out your phone so that all there is the most important things that you need to do every day are on that screen, and there's no social media, and there's no things that are going to distract you from the things that you want. So every day you go on that phone, the front page is the most important things that you want, instead of having to scroll for them or delete every app except the one that you need to use your phone for to make you better. And I think the same goes for clothes as the same goes for your phone. The same goes for clothes as the same goes for most things in your house, right? I've got this book sitting right here. And it's changed some things, but it hasn't changed enough. And it's going to change a lot in the next year. Marie Kondo, the life-changing magic of tidying up. The one way I have mastered this, and it's changed my life in ways that seem kind of stupid, is I have 2 pairs of socks. I have white and I have black. And I have Oxfit white socks and I have Oxfit black socks. And every other sock is gone. So when I run out of them socks, I have to wash them. But there's no like random sock. So then when they come out the wash, white and black go together and they go in the thing. And I don't have to search for socks. I don't have to look around for socks. I don't have to pair up socks. Done. And like, that's what I want everything to be. So that's what's going to happen in 2026. I'm not going to have to make a decision on what I wear because I'm 39 years old and I really don't care. I just want it to be clean and nice. That's it. But I'm going to start dressing better. All right. Step number 2 is change your identity, right? Habit stacking, changing your identity. How are we going to do that? Because like we talked about in the intro to this, it's not about like, oh, I want to be better at this. It's about I have to become that person. Swedish death cleaning. Whoo, that sounds more like my kind of vibe, Wit. Yeah, I was like, the life-changing magic of tidying up magic. Yeah. Swedish death cleaning. I'm in. I want that one. Let me write that down. Copy and pasted it. I was an athlete, right? And I say was, and that's stupid. I'm an athlete. And in 2026, I'm going to be that athlete. Every day I get up, I'm going to set up my day like an athlete, like a professional athlete. I'm going to eat like an athlete. I'm going to work out like an athlete. I'm going to recover like an athlete. I'm going to do everything like an athlete, and I'm going to run a business, right? So I'm going to be an entrepreneur, and I'm going to be a professional athlete. Professional athlete, entrepreneur, right? That's my new identity, because I was this former athlete, kind of small business. Hey, man, when I was trying to be an NBA player, every day I got up, I shot 1,000 shots. Didn't even have to think about it. That's what I had to do because I wanted to go to the NBA. So what do I have to be that person that I want to be in 2026? What is that identity? And I got to identify it, then I got to become it. So every day I get up, I'm that. Not that I have to achieve a certain goal. When I was 16 years old, I wasn't being paid to play basketball, but in my mind, I was a pro. Don't wait for someone else to knight you that thing. Be that thing. Become that thing today. Decide that you are that thing right now and be it. And then someone will pay you for it. Then you'll become that person. But you're not going to be it until you decide you're it. And you've got to change that identity. Otherwise, It's not going to be something that stays with you for 12 months. It's just going to be that thing that you started in January. Third one I'm talking about, and this is something that I'm working class. I don't have any business owners in my family. We don't have any rich people, right? Rich people don't tell you their secrets. But the one thing you need to know is like most of your stuff that you buy, most of the stuff that you're investing in is a liability and not an asset. The biggest trick that they've played on us is to convince us that by buying a house, you have an asset. Your house is a liability. You have to pay the mortgage every month and you have to live somewhere. So your house is a liability. It's not an asset. It potentially could give you some money to buy an asset and it could lead to you having an asset. But if you have to live somewhere and you have to pay that mortgage every month, that is a liability. So start investing in assets. And I'm not an investment guy. Like I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a banker. I don't have any really good investments. But reading Rich Dad Poor Dad and understanding that like the biggest thing I did was open a gym, right? That's a big investment. That is an asset. Now I do simple things where I have a Robinhood account where if I buy something, then say I buy an iPhone, I will also buy the same amount of iPhone stock, right? So I'm investing in that company because I've seen everybody has an iPhone, so that company's going somewhere. That's just the way I do it because it's a simple way to do it that I'm like, oh, that company's doing well. If I can invest in that company's probably going to grow because that company's doing well. If you're buying all these AI tools, maybe you go and look what AI stock can I invest in, which AI is doing well. But I'm not going to give you no investment advice. I just want to let you know that you need to stop buying assets and stop just buying liabilities. And that's how you build wealth is by buying assets and not investing in liabilities. My favorite one, step number 4. I used to make all our new coaches read this, and I'm going to make people read it again. Is how to win friends and influence people. Stop fighting with idiots. Everybody's got an opinion. 2025, 2026, everybody has an opinion, right? And if you want to be that best self, if you want to be you, if you want to be all of you, then don't fight with somebody who doesn't like all of you. Don't listen to the person that's telling you that all of you is stupid or whatever. Don't fight with idiots. The book, How to Win Friends, Influence People, this is the thing that stands out the most is even a murderer right now is sitting in jail. And if you ask them why they did it, they would give you a reason why they did it. And it would not be their fault. They would tell you this person said this, or this person did this, or this happened to me when I was this age, or this is the reason why. They wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, I'm wrong. They tell you why, all these reasons why. So stop getting in fights with people. Literally, you want to prove you're right to somebody, they will never accept that you are right, especially if you fight with them. Soon as you start fighting, all logic goes out the window and you will actually validate that they are right by fighting with them, right? You just, inner peace is way more valuable, right? One way that I've started doing this in my life is, I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I do. So I realized that I get asked a lot of things, right? And a lot of people have my phone number and they will send me a lot of requests, a lot of requests. And I have a busy day, right? So if I look at my phone right now, I have a lot of text messages, And I got to respond to all them and I got to make a decision on all them or someone's asking me something. Some of these requests are just people either being lazy or it's just something that they want that doesn't affect my life, right? It's a famous or well-known thing that Napoleon, who was running France, didn't read his mail until a week later. And he said, a week later, usually the problem had solved itself, right? And everything that still needed his attention a week later was something that was important. Now, if you just message me with a request, then I will get to it when I get to it. If you want to talk to me and you have something that we need to work on together, or you know you wanted to come and work on a project with me, or we're going to do something awesome together, or you're paying me $1,000 a month to work with me as your business coach, I will get back to you, right? But if it's just, hey, I need you to do this for me, then I probably won't get to that message for a while. And if that message starts with, hey, I need you to do this for me, and that's it, I won't get to that message for a long time, because that message has already triggered me to want to fight with you about how you're talking to me. And who are you talking to like that? You wouldn't walk up to me in the street and be like, hey, do this. You'd be like, hey, Aunt, how are you? How's your family? What's going on? Hey, is there anything I can help you with? And then maybe you'd be like, hey, would you be able to help me with this? It would be a very different conversation. And I would happily want to help you, right? But I'm not going to get triggered by somebody messaging me, hey, do this for me. And then me be like, um, hi, how are you? I'm not going to even get into that because I got 19 other things to do with people that are going to value that time, right? So don't fight with people and derail your progress. Don't fight with people who won't want to know your opinion anyway. Accept that they're going to believe they're right. Let them be right. Let them be right. But don't change what you're doing to convince someone else that you're right. Your ego is very fragile. Give things a minute, give them an hour, give them 2 hours, give them 2 days, give them a week. Then maybe you respond how you want to respond. And that could be, you know, somebody telling you something that you did wrong, somebody telling you that you're wrong, somebody, whatever it is. Take a second, think how you'd like to respond. One of my favorite things that I've been doing recently is I have gut responses to stuff, right? And over 39 years, I've not been very good at not gut responses. I am a little bit reactive. Not as much as some people, right? Like, I remember Lucas used to be famously reactive, and like now he's a lot better. He's still reactive, but when I saw it in him, we had a lot of conversations about him reacting to stuff, and it helped me react less to stuff. But I'm still reactive. And so now I have a question that I ask myself, and it's, who would you be without that thought? And so I get something or I see something that pisses me off, and I react, and my brain says something smart or something witty or something degrading or something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like that English, like dry, sarcastic response. And then I only say it to myself, and then I go, who would you be without that response? Who would you be without that thought? And a lot of people say, like, oh, deep down, when you get to know this person, they're nice. But how they treat you and how you feel after is usually what you think of that person, right? So I am very much trying to remember, like, them thoughts are not you. Them thoughts are not your actions. So write them thoughts down. Write them thoughts in a note, and then delete them, and then respond based on who you want to be and who you would like to be and who you believe you are. And it's usually not your initial reaction. When you're rushed, you can't love. When you're rushed, you can't come from a place of understanding. When you're rushed, your ego wants to fight and you want to be right. So stop fighting with idiots. Start responding. Choose your responses. And if you think it will lead to a fight, don't even do it. Don't even write it. Don't even send it. That's a big one, 2026. The last one is how you could work with me, right? I work in 4 month, well, 3 month, 12-week sections, right? So my first year is January to March. And I want to get as much out of that year as possible. I don't want to be talking about the same thing I was talking about in January in December. So we want to be crushing the first 3 months of the year. And the way you do that is 12-week year. And if you want to know more about how that works, all these are books, right? All these 5 steps is 5 of my favorite books. So if you want to know how that works, then email me ant@ox.fit. We can get into how we set this plan up. We can work on, how we clean things up in your life, how we change your identity for you to become that person, how we change where you invest your time, your energy, and your money, and then your mentality, how you don't let little things affect you. And then we can get into where are we going in this next 12 months. And that's usually how I work with people, right? So if you're interested in that, my email is very simple. ant@ox.fit. Oh, they should put the dot there. Next t-shirt. But yeah, they're my 5. Caitlin, where is she? She said she likes the identity change. And then Kiki said, yes, it's life-changing. I think that was to the Mary Kondo. And Kiki and Caitlin, why are we fighting with people whose lives we don't want? Yeah, there's something that I heard the other day that was, you'll never find somebody that wants to fight with you that's doing better than you, right? So I recently posted a video of me and Lucas having a race, and there's a couple of, it had 42,000 views, so there's a couple of negative comments on there, and I've never left a negative comment. So whoever commented, that's not my kind of person. I have never left a negative comment. I only leave positive comments. And so whoever that is, I'm not going to fight with that person. Just love heart it and just say, man, thank you. Thank you for leaving a comment. Hope you have a great day. Don't say that because I'll think it's sarcastic. Just give it a little love heart. Give it a little love and just leave it alone. But yeah, I don't do much fighting online. I know some people enjoy it. If you enjoy it, go do it. If that's how you get your kicks. But if it's affecting you negatively, then you need to stop. All right, guys, 37 minutes. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to there, but we're 2 days away. Let's make 2026 that year. And I think we all agree. Everybody that was in this chat pretty much agreed that to make it that year that we want it to be, it's got to be all of you. And just put it out there and be that person that you want to be in 2026. And if you don't know who that is, let me help you figure it out. Have a great last couple of days of the year, and I will see you at DECA on January 1st to get your first medal of the year as an athlete. Thank you for everything you've done for me in 2025. Thank you to everybody that's watching this. You're my people, and I'm so grateful that we get to crush 2026 together. Let's go get it. Anything you need, ant@ox.fit. I'll see you in the gym.